The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the latest developments surrounding Liam's critical condition will make viewers worried. Dr. Bridget's return to work at Forrester Hospital is a sign that things are getting more serious than ever. Steffi, who has always cared deeply for Liam, seems to be on the edge of her seat when she sees him on the edge of life and death. It's worth noting that things aren't just about a simple headache. Here's a look at all the leaked information and detailed analysis of Liam's condition, as well as a prediction of a risky future for this character. Dr. Bridget's return and Liam's critical condition. Dr. Bridget's return to the bold and the beautiful has created a lot of speculation, as Bridget usually only participates when there are particularly serious cases. This time, she is summoned to assist in diagnosing and providing the best treatment plan for Liam. Steffi was devastated when she learned that Liam had fallen into a deep coma. She tried to stay strong, but couldn't hide her worry about the possibility that Liam might never wake up. Liam was in a coma for a long time, a sign of the severity of his injuries. Bridget's presence showed that other doctors appreciated her expertise in diagnosing and operating on brain tumors. Steffi clearly felt the risk was increasing because to save Liam, deep medical intervention was needed, but Liam's body was unstable. Blood clot and fateful surgery. The latest information said that Liam was facing a dangerous blood clot in his brain. This lengthy surgery was not only to remove the blood clot, but also to treat the underlying brain tumor. It was this tumor that caused persistent headaches, leading to Liam fainting and hitting his head on the cabinet. This is considered a double blow to his health because the tumor problem was already serious. Now the blood clot added to the risk. Brain surgery always has many potential risks, especially for people with weakened physical condition after trauma. The combination of two medical interventions to treat the brain tumor and drain the blood clot made the surgery complicated. If he did not have surgery, Liam would immediately face death, but if he had surgery, he also had a risk of not surviving because his body was too weak. Finn's warning and Steffi's mental pressure. Finn, as someone who understood the medical process well and also had the responsibility of advising Steffi, gave a straightforward warning: don't expect too much. That was not Finn's way of denying hope, but sincere advice for Steffi to be ready to face the worst scenario. Because Liam had previously shown signs of a brain tumor, and now there was a blood clot, the chance of survival was really slim. Finn is trying to keep Steffi in good spirits, but also doesn't want her to be shocked if the outcome doesn't go as planned. Steffi's psychological stress is increasing, as there is always a gap between her desire to save Liam and the harsh reality. These developments also show the deep feelings Steffi has for Liam, leading to emotional decisions instead of rational ones. The risk of death and the mystery of the funeral home photo. The public is even more restless when leaked images show actress Jacqueline McInnes Wood, playing Steffi, appearing with a sorrowful expression, seemingly in a funeral space. Immediately, the audience asked the question, is that Liam's funeral, or are the producers inserting a misleading element? If the photo reflects the scenario, Liam may not survive, and that is a big shock for the entire character line. It is also possible that this is another scene, or that the producer wants to steer attention towards tragedy to attract viewers. The use of the image of a funeral home shows that the dramatic nature is pushed to the climax, when Liam's survival is an unanswered question. Possible scenarios: Liam survives, but has severe sequelae. The surgery is somewhat successful, helping him escape the jaws of death, but his ability to recover is limited. This opens a new path for the relationship between Liam and Steffi when their feelings are now tied to the responsibility of long-term care. Liam does not survive. If Liam dies, it will be a major turning point, affecting the entire development in the future. Steffi may fall into a mental crisis, even leading to decisions that change the structure of the relationship between the characters. The bold and the beautiful writers are famous for their dramatic twists. Liam can suddenly wake up after everyone thought everything was over, creating an emotional climax. Predictions and expectations of the audience. Fans are always sharing predictions on social media about Liam's fate. Some people think that killing this character will leave a void that is difficult to fill in the plot of the show. Others think that this is the time for the writers to let Liam go away, to push Steffi into a new spiral when she has to face a series of conflicts and choose her future. The Bold and the Beautiful often exploits high drama, so the possibility of tragedy can become a reality. For a famous series, the departure of the central character is sometimes a way to open up many other storylines. The audience always expects love and hope to overcome adversity, so the prospect of Liam surviving also attracts a lot of support. With all the above information, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are making the audience restless with a series of unprecedented dramatic situations. Everything revolving around Liam, from the brain tumor, blood clot, to the life and death surgery, can disrupt the entire timeline and relationships of the characters. Will a miracle appear to save Liam's life, or will tragedy strike the Forrester family? Everything is becoming a mystery, waiting for answers in the next episodes. Hope is overwhelmed with resentment and hurt as she continues to face a mental crisis due to the betrayal of those closest to her, specifically Brooke and Carter. While she spends most of the week crying with Deacon, her father decides to teach Carter a lesson at Forrester. However, things don't stop there. Hope's inner self becomes darker than ever, leading to a terrifying revenge intention. She is willing to think about killing Carter to relieve her anger. What will happen when Deacon and Carter confront each other? And especially, is Carter's death an alternative development to Liam's previous, predicted death? Let's analyze and delve into each dramatic detail. Hope's tears and Deacon's impulsive actions after discovering that Brooke and Carter betrayed her trust. Hope lived in dark days, almost only knowing how to turn to Deacon to vent all her sadness. Instead of solving it herself, she almost gave up and relied on her father. Deacon, with his instinct to protect his daughter, could not stand by and watch her suffer. Therefore, he proactively confronted Carter right at Forrester. Hope's over-reliance on Deacon showed that she was not ready to face her problems. Deacon is a very hot-tempered person when someone hurts his daughter, so this action is completely reasonable with his personality. The confrontation risks erupting simmering conflicts between many characters, pushing the plot to a climax. Tense clash between Deacon and Carter. Spoilers of The Bold and the Beautiful reveal that, at Forrester Creations, there will be physical conflicts. Deacon did not hesitate to throw a warning punch at Carter, clearly showing the anger of a father. However, Carter is not the type of person to stay silent when attacked. Will this clash stop at a few warning punches, or could it escalate into a more serious fight? Analysis. This is not simply a normal jealousy case, but also involves the pride and honor of both Deacon and Carter. The Forrester Creations context makes the matter more complicated when work and private matters are mixed, easily leading to serious consequences for both sides. Violent actions can make Carter depressed or agitated, thereby creating a motive for him to turn to, ask for help, or even challenge Hope and Deacon. Carter still loves Hope despite being accused of being a traitor. Carter seems to still have feelings for Hope. In fact, many fans at Forrester Creations commented that Carter has never stopped loving Hope, even though he has caused a lot of pain. Carter's nurturing of this emotion can be a double-edged weapon. On the one hand, he wants Hope to forgive him. On the other hand, it makes the conflicts and misunderstandings between them even more complicated. Carter has always shown himself to be an attractive, responsible man, but this time he has to face his own mistakes. If that love is not resolved decisively, it can push Hope into a spiral of suffering because she has to stand between her heartache and Carter's late confession. Carter's remorse can make him humble himself to find a way to reconcile, but does Hope still want to hear any more explanations? Hope's dark revenge plan, the last straw, appeared when Hope accidentally saw Carter kissing Daphne. The accumulated hurt and feeling of betrayal made Hope intend to kill Carter. Spoilers said that she was preparing everything to carry out this revenge plan. From a gentle and sensitive girl, Hope can become a violent person in a moment. The motive of killing for love and hate is not uncommon in the world of television, but for a character like Hope, this is an extremely dark turn. Hope's psychological instability is escalating to the climax. She is not only resentful, but also shows signs of losing control of her actions. Going so far as to take Carter's life shows her psychological complexity, as well as the potential for unpredictable consequences. Will Carter's death replace Liam's predicted death? Previously, the bold and the beautiful viewers were buzzing about the possibility of Liam passing away due to his critical health condition. However, the new script seems to pivot to the story of Hope Carter. If Hope is really determined to kill Carter, will the upcoming storyline witness his death instead of Liam's? The switching of the victim from Liam to Carter creates surprise, while keeping viewers on their toes with intense dramatic situations. If Carter dies at the hands of Hope, the entire world of Forrester Creations will fall into chaos. Hope will not only face justice, but also judgment from family and friends. On the contrary, if this is just a bait, the producer can make a surprising twist at the last minute, still letting Liam suffer the tragic ending. Predicting future drama, the line between love and hate is always very fragile in the bold and the beautiful. At the moment, the characters are deep in a whirlwind of calculations and emotions. The future of Hope, Carter, and Liam is becoming a big unknown. Here are some possible scenarios. Hope attacks Carter. If she really carries out her revenge plan, the audience will witness a completely different Hope, losing her innocence, becoming the new villain. Carter comes to his senses, risking his life to save her. In the moment of near death, Carter may try to explain or sacrifice himself to make amends, causing Hope to waver at the last minute. Turning from the screenwriter, it is very possible that before Hope can take action, Liam appears or another character intervenes, bringing a new twist, changing the whole situation. Clearly, the bold and the beautiful spoilers this time paints a dramatic picture where overlapping relationships and a series of revenge plots are pushing everything to the brink. Hope or despair, kindness or cruelty all depend on the choices of the characters in the decisive moment. Will Hope stop before it's too late, or will she kill Carter to get revenge? And whose death will be the focus of the upcoming tragedy? These are the questions that make the audience restless, waiting for each next episode to have the answer. Brooke's upcoming days will be full of storms and pain when she witnesses Ridge's decision to move forward with Taylor, even though Brooke herself accepted a position at Forrester just to help him get his company back. However, instead of accepting to let go, Brooke develops a desire to win back the man she loves. Below is the entire detailed development, fully analyzed to depict the emotions and calculations of this blonde girl. The pain from Ridge's decision to stay with Taylor is like a heavy blow to Brooke's heart. Her sacrifices to regain his power at Forrester Creations seem to have become meaningless. Analysis. Brooke has always been proud of her influence over Ridge and Forrester. Ridge's choice of Taylor reflects a major rift in the seemingly unshakable relationship between her and him. This also shows that Ridge is looking for something different from Brooke's vibrant, ambitious style. Taylor, gentle and calm, gives him a sense of peace. Brooke is not only disappointed with Ridge's choice, but also tormented because her behind-the-scenes efforts were not rewarded. Intention to win Ridge back by all means. Brooke has never been the type to give up easily, especially when she is still deeply in love. Next week, she will bet everything to carry out her plan to win Ridge back. Just the thought of Ridge and Taylor being happy together is enough to make Brooke willing to accept any risk. Brooke's strong, decisive, and somewhat stubborn personality is clearly shown when she is willing to use all tricks to keep the man she loves. Brooke's main motivation is not only love, but also a big ego. She does not accept failure, especially failure against Taylor, whom she once considered her arch-rival. The plan to win Ridge back is also Brooke's way of asserting her position at Forrester and wanting to prove that she is his true other half. Special Weapon Bedroom Product Line. Brooke's bedroom product line has long been famous at Forrester Creations, not only because of its sexy design, but also because it carries her own seductive signature. Taking advantage of this strength, Brooke decided to play big, using bedroom as a weapon to attract Ridge's attention. Choosing this product line as the focal point of her plan shows that Brooke understands Ridge's weakness very well, her physical attraction and sweet image. Brooke believes that appearing in sexy lingerie will awaken the memories between her and Ridge, making him waver. This is a risky move. She is betting both her honor and her personal brand to win back his heart. The embarrassing moment when the person who appears is not Ridge. Brooke's plan seems to be perfectly arranged. She steps out wearing only underwear, expecting Ridge to not be able to take his eyes off. However, the harsh reality came when the person standing in front of her was not Ridge. This unexpected shock not only embarrassed Brooke, but also made her realize that not every move was calculated. The unexpected incident reflected that Brooke was gradually losing control of the situation. She thought that if she just showed off, Ridge would be moved, but it turned out that the plan encountered obstacles right from the start. Brooke's mentality was vulnerable and was pushed to the brink of despair when she realized that her efforts not only did not bring results, but also turned her into the center of gossip in the company. The appearance of the wrong person could take the plot in a new direction when the other person accidentally held the secret in their hands or witnessed a private moment, making it even more difficult for Brooke to regain her reputation. The final proposal was still for Taylor. Brooke's efforts to hold on became meaningless when Ridge decided to publicly propose to Taylor. This was the last straw for the blonde girl's heart. In the past, Ridge had also hesitated between Brooke and Taylor, but this time, he seemed to lean towards Taylor. The act of choosing Taylor showed Ridge's determination, even though he knew that Brooke was trying to get back him every minute. Taylor not only won Ridge's trust, but also became the victory against all of Brooke's schemes. It was a heavy blow to Brooke, who always believed that she was Ridge's symbol. This proposal could lock the fate and relationship of the three people, orienting the next series of events. Brooke was reeling in pain. Taylor was happy but also afraid of Brooke's return. The brink of relapse after losing everything. The pain, combined with the humiliating failure in both love and honor, pushed Brooke to the door of drinking that she had struggled to overcome. Analysis. The relapse not only showed that Brooke was at her lowest point, but also was a warning sign that she could slide further into crisis. It was a reminder that she had not yet overcome the demon inside. Every time the pain was too great, alcohol became a dangerous and haunting escape route. This situation could open up a new scenario where Brooke had to fight fiercely internally, as well as face condemnation from family and friends because everyone believed that she had escaped from alcohol. Predicting the upcoming drama, Brooke collapsed but fought back. After a period of being immersed in alcohol, she could return with another, more drastic plan to take back Ridge. Taylor faced the ghost of the past. Temporary success does not guarantee eternal happiness, especially when Brooke still appears secretly with a new plot. The Forrester family is in trouble. Brooke's emotional explosion and relapse can cause internal instability in the company, affecting the brand and reputation of Forrester Creations. With the above series of events, the bold and the beautiful spoilers promises to bring dramatic episodes where love, fame, and hatred intertwine. Brooke, who has defied everything to win back Ridge, is gradually falling into the abyss of despair. Meanwhile, Taylor is temporarily the winner, but she also cannot avoid being afraid of Brooke's sudden return. Where will the fight for Ridge stop, and will Brooke still have a way back when she has lost many things, even herself, in her relapse into alcoholism? The suspense and appeal of the plot continue to urge viewers to follow the next developments of the film.